Whoa, hey, let's do that. Let's do this. Morning Geeks! Hey, everybody. Can you tell I had a week off already? Jeffrey Powers here with Geekazine. Thanking you for coming to the show. I need to lower this a little bit. There we go. Thank you for coming to this show where we geek out on cool stuff. Welcome. It started 306-310.62. Happy National Steak au Prover Day. Happy Wiener Schnitzel Day. And happy Wonderful Weirdos Day. That's you. Happy birthday to Adam Sandler, Michael Bublé, Hugh Grant, Otis Redding, Sitting in the Morning Sun, Tom Wopat, just that good old boy, and the crispy Colonel himself, Colonel Sanders. Well, not the crispy version. His birthday was actually a couple weeks ago. But Colonel Sanders, he was born in 1890, passed away in 1980. So that's pretty interesting. So anyway, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. Thanks a lot for coming to the show. If this is the first time you've come to Morning Geeks, it's a special show for you. We've redone this show, or I've redone whatever. The words are words, and you are here, and I am here, and that's all that matters. So yeah, I did take a week off. I hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend. It was a fun Labor Day weekend for me, and of course, taking the week off. The best part about taking a week off is I can do a lot of other things for the show, including promote this show. And it's very important to promote this show, get things ready, get ideas going. So, the next 20 episodes will go without a problem. So we are on episode number 19. Next week is going to be episode 20. Now, in podcasting, that's kind of like a milestone because you got episode 7, which means, I'm kind of serious about this show. Episode 20 means we've got a structure. We've got the plan. It's time to implement the plan and go from there. So if you want to be part of it, we got a lot more stuff coming and super secret. It's a super secret thing. I can't talk about it just yet, but I'm working on something to help you participate even more in this Morning Geek show because you're all up at 8:30 Eastern time, 5:30 Pacific time in the morning. I know a few people that are up at 5:30 Pacific time on the West Coast. So hopefully you're watching this show. If you are watching this show, feel free to shout out over on Facebook.com/Geekazine. I'd appreciate it much. So, and of course, go over to Geekazine.com where you can get all the stuff. I didn't update this screenshot, but the idea is there. You can go to Geekazine.com and check out all the cool stuff, the reviews, the interviews, and of course, Morning Geeks every single week. Almost every single week. I'm trying for a 30 to 35 show structure. So by a season, which will end, I believe, in May, we'll have about 30 episodes in the bag so you can watch and keep yourself going. As for review products this week, I got this little thing right here. It's another. I get books. I don't review books, but I get books. So that's okay because they're actually kind of cool books. Last time was the Jungle Book. This one's called the Doodle Adventures: The Pursuit of Pesky Pizza Pirate. You draw the story. Arr, draw the story. Arr, the story is here. So that was a horrible pirate. Sorry about that. So anyway, let's open this up. We got Pesky Pizza Pirate. Let's see. The book that you're holding in your hands right now, this second, is different from any other books you've ever held before. You know how your parents and teachers are always going to say about not writing in books. Don't do it. Well, this one you can. So yeah, we'll open up to a regular page. A good page that shows you what this is all about. So basically, you can take this and you can draw stuff in here. Like, for instance, this one's all snow globes. So they have an old house, which shows no house. But I think you can draw a monster in here. And I think you can draw a weird fish in here. It's kind of small, though. So if you're like, because kids like to draw big. But we'll see what happens. This is the Pesky Pizza Pirate. Which I just got. I'll have a link in the show notes how you can get that and go from there. I also have morning coffee. It's the time for the morning coffee. Sip it. I need more coffee. Morning coffee for the Morning Geeks. Anyway, so with all that said, all that done, all that being what it was, what it is, and what it shall be on this beautiful Wiener Schnitzel Day, It's Wiener Schnitzel Day. I can't make this stuff up. This is stuff I find on the interwebs. So let's get started and let's get going into your geek news for the week. And let me just set this up. We're starting with a controversy this week that's rocking the internet. Was Sandy already dead? Sandy? A Reddit theory submitted by Atomic Bolt, yeah, that's a real name, suggests that this was the last thoughts of an oxygen-deprived girl. Similar to the Big Bang Theory's Indiana Jones doesn't change the outcome of the movie, this theory is that actually been pretty much around a long time. I remember even in the 70s when I first watched the movie, that we were going, what the heck is going on with that car driving into the distance? Was she dead or something like that? These are all water cooler theories, but somebody actually just put it on the internet. Think about this. They just put this theory on the internet. And believe me, because I know I've talked with people about this, so I figured it would have been on some sort of message board. So I went back to the old message boards to try and find anything that backs what I'm saying here, and I couldn't find anything. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just that I couldn't find anything. So, all right. Well, speaking of dead things, seeing dead things, that is. Oh yeah, well, I didn't show you the photo on this. Let me show you the photo. So this is basically the theory from the Reddit person. So you could check that out. I don't know. It's interesting thought, and we'll see how it progresses from here. Probably not much after this. So, all right. Speaking of seeing dead things, like I said, the photo was making its way around the interwebs this week. Apple finally confirmed they will be getting rid of the headphone jack. Long live the headphone jack. Anyway, while the wired headphone is still possible via a dongle, people are still up in arms over it. Now, personally, I haven't used the headphone jack for over a year now. I have something I think is better than those AirPods from Jabra. So basically, what the it's good. It's better. It's come from Jabra. I'm sorry. For better than the AirPods. I didn't talk about this yet, but I created a teleprompter. And I'm using the teleprompter now. So if I look like weird or anything like that, that's probably why. Anyway, let's move on. So the Jabra device, it also tracks my steps. It also maps my location I walk, and it's also one piece. It's got a cord around it, so I'm not going to have a less chance of losing one of the two pods. And that is, I know I'd lose it. It's as simple as that. So. Now, Apple did convince me to get the iPhone 7 Pro for my next smartphone using those dual cameras. I cannot wait to see how that works. Along with the other hardware options, change a home button and waterproof for 30 minutes under 3 feet, this device will definitely complement my video capture needs. And then, of course, Mario! Hey, it's Mario. I'm showing up on the iOS, and yeah, Mario's coming to the iOS. Of course, as you can see, there's a notify button. It says notify coming soon. Don't do it. You know, we want you notify us. So it won't come out till December. So we're gonna have to wait till December. Some people, I think, will be getting pre-release copies. I'm gonna try and get one of those. And then play some Mario online. So we'll see what happens. So, you can see some videos up on YouTube already for that. All right, yesterday marked the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. Since we're theorizing this week, it's only logical that this one article caught my eye. And that is how every Star Trek spinoff should have a Spock. Of course, the article basically highlighted the things you have to plan for if you decide to make a fan fiction Star Trek TV show or movie. Teleporters, ships that can survive the long haul, and CGI creatures with bumpy foreheads. Blum, 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 blum. I don't know. Those are some of the requirements. At least that's what they wrote up. But in all reality, any show can have a know-it-all type person. Heck, any situation in life can have somebody with a higher IQ than most others. Just look at me. Anybody else has a higher IQ than me. Simple as that. But I can think of each job that I've ever had. There's always somebody that was always the smarter of the people. Could spout off some facts and fictions and Did you know where shoes came from? Whatever, you know. And so it's saying that's pretty general idea. But, you know, the real question is, can Star Trek shows survive without a Spock or any of these other items, without a transporter? You absolutely need to have a transporter if you're doing a Star Trek fan fiction show. I can think of one case. You being a loner space cowboy, flying some hodgepodge-made ship that can get out of any situation that they get into. And no, I'm not talking about the Millennium Falcon. Because you really don't know the IQ of Chewbacca. I mean, listen, maybe he's been spouting logic that whole time, and we just didn't know it because Han Solo's just kind of blowing it off. He's going, and Han Solo's going, laugh it up, Chewie. But really, he said, yeah, I didn't need to know what E equals MC squared meant. I really don't. So, but, you know, there's possible. If you've got the right, if you've got a right formula, use it. But if you can make another formula that works as well, use that as well too. So anyway, if you plan to make any fan fiction, let me know. Tweet me over at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. Since it's the 50th anniversary, Facebook has been helping out with a new set of emoji. Yeah, emoji, that's how you say it. Not sure how long these will last. They're still up as of this moment when I was on Facebook last. You can basically love, you can laugh, and you can cling on your emotion on their page. Like long and haha. And it's really sad that the sad emoji is Jordy LaForge. I mean, why is they saying that Jordy's not happy because he's got to wear a visor? I don't know. Why is he sad? Why is Jordy sad? LeVar Burton, why is Jordy sad? I know you're watching. I know you're watching. No, you're not. Well, we've talked before. I've talked to LeVar Burton. And actually, up on youtube.com/Geekazine, look for it. We talked about Reading Rainbow. Pretty cool guy. Pretty cool conversation. Finally, congrats to singer Freddy Mercury. Can anybody find me someone to love? He just got an asteroid named after him. Mercury passed away in 1991 from complications of AIDS. His guitarist, Brian May, who's also an astrophysicist, so he basically worked on getting Comet named after the lead singer of the hit band Queen. Excuse me. So that might actually answer the question, who wants to live forever as a comet? So, actually, now that I know that Brian May is an astrophysicist, it would be cool if he was on The Big Bang Theory. So, maybe that's something that, the writers, Chuck Lorre, we should look at that. That would be cool. A little Brian May action. That's all I'm saying. Robinson Crusoe, Aquarius, Walking Dead teases, and Underworld, all new to this week.
On an unexpected visitor.
Oh, land, sweet land.
Historical accuracy once again jumps the ship in this new animated movie. But then again, it's all about the point of the view of the parrot. The Wildlife is a story of Robinson Crusoe from the animal's point of view. And yeah, they do talk. Now this is where I usually tout the Hollywood talent that all starred in this movie. In this case, the main star is a guy by the name of Matthias Schweighöfer, and most of his movies are in German. In fact, most of the cast is German, and even their IMDb doesn't want to show their faces.
This is the only...
The new teaser to The Walking Dead Season 7 came out. Some say it might contain information on which Lucille 7 member might still be alive. But they're known to throw those curveballs. That's really the only thing that barbed wire bat will actually hit.
You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to study, not to bring back, but to wipe them out.
That's the plan.
Alien celebrates its 30th anniversary with a 30th anniversary edition DVD and Blu-ray on Tuesday. With an in-depth extras and more commentary tracks from the cast, any alien geek will be jumping to get this update. Maybe out of somebody's chest.
Give us the money.
I don't like your tone.
Netflix released the trailer to Luke Cage. Of course, this will release on Netflix Friday, September 30th. So make the plan to not do anything on October 1st because you're going to be very tired after this binge. A teaser for Underworld Blood Wars released this week. Kate Beckinsale reprises her role as vampire death dealer Celine as her heart will go on while she tries to stop those pesky vampires' hearts from going on, all while keeping the Lycan clan at bay. The movie is set to release in January of 2017. And NBC's TV series Aquarius Season 2 comes to DVD this week, and although NBC hasn't said if Season 3 would be happening, you'll at least be able to catch up on what good old Chuck Manson probably didn't really do in real life. That's what they call acting. Say it for me, John Lovitz.
Acting!
And that's new to this week. All right, and so, really cool. We'll see what this wildlife movie does. It was really interesting to see that it actually had no Hollywood, real Hollywood. Well, I hate to say real Hollywood talent because it's got talent in it, and it looks interesting, but the reviews not so much as at this point. But they might not have showed it to anybody because sometimes they'll do that. They'll kind of keep it as secret as possible, only give you the trailers and go from there. So, hey, I wanted to show you this. Like I said, I did some work in the studio. I'm standing. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm now standing as opposed to sitting down. I find when I do my shows, I can be bobbling and going from there and having a lot more fun and looking a little bit more energetic, especially at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific. More like now it's 7 or 8:56 a.m. Anyway, the whole point is. I made this. This is the screen teleprompter. I redid the glass, but the idea is that the monitor reflects off the glass, and then there's a camera behind it, so I can read the news, and then so it looks like I'm looking at you, and go from there. So it'd be interesting. This is technically the first show that I am doing with the teleprompter. So hopefully it'll be a big success. So. And you'll watch more. So watch more, and geek out. Don't forget to geek out, and go from there. And tweet me over at Geekazine, and go from there. All right, let's close that up. Let's get back into the news so we can talk about the EmDrive. EmDrive. All right, let's bring it in. Let's do that, and let's do that. Sony announced the newer PS4 Pro and PS4 Slim consoles. The Slim console will be available on September 15th and retail for $299. It'll take up 30% less space, 15% less weight, and 28% better power consumption. The PS4 Pro will launch on November 10th and cost you $399. It'll have better graphics and a 4K resolution. But keep in mind, it will not be able to play those 4K Blu-ray discs. PlayStation is also aware of cross-compatibility and all systems, current systems, and going backwards compatible. So I would guess that you'll be able to play all your games, but there'll be future games that'll probably run on the PS4 Pro and not your current version. So we'll see what happens. Some of the reviews saying that the PS4 Slim, they're not sure if that's going to stick around or if that has too much whatever to it. I can't think right now. Anyway, let's move on from here. Excuse me. All right. Josh Brolin is set to play Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. We really don't see much in the photo, just Brolin having a conversation with the Russo brothers. But it definitely gets us going for the next Avengers installment. Majel Barrett, however you pronounce her name, she passed away in 2008, but her voice will live on. Before her passing, she recorded phonetics, which is what Roger Ebert did when he had his cancer, so he could talk in his voice. So that basically creates the basis of the voice. This means that you might be hearing her voice once again. It's rumored by the Roddenberry Twitter account that she will continue to be the voice of the computer in Star Trek TV shows and movies upcoming. It's also possible she could be the voice in some of your devices, maybe replacing Siri. It's possible. also have to see and go from there. See where the contracts go. But would you want to have Majel Barrett's voice as your voice on your phone? Let me know. Tweet me over at Geekazine. Blah 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 blah. Ready to learn the storyline behind the upcoming Avatar movies? If not, go ahead and go get some more coffee, and we'll talk while you do that. So, ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. James Cameron is in an interview with Variety magazine said the storyline in the sequel really follows Jake and Neytiri as their children. It's more of a family saga about the struggle with the humans. I'm not sure how this can stretch between 4 movies, because that's what they're doing. They're doing 4 movies on Avatar. But, James Cameron never has let us down before. Then again, we don't know his strengths in telling a franchise story as opposed to single movies. I mean, Avatar was a big hit, Titanic was a big hit, but there weren't like 4 Titanic movies after that. I mean, you can't really do that. You got to have the big movie, and then that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens there. And it's not that he hasn't made sequels before. It's just we'll see what happens when he's got a full franchise on there. So, all right, now. It's time to get super geeky. Get rid of that music there. Time to get super geeky. Scientists will be testing and sending a test EmDrive. EmDrive, capital E, lowercase m drive. And I know there's some websites out there that are saying capital E, capital M, like it's an acronym or something. But I don't think it is. In fact, I'm not exactly sure what EmDrive means, what the M part is, EM. But definitely on their main website says capital E, lowercase m. So that's what I'm going for. Grammar-wise, it's important. So they're sending out a test EmDrive out to space. So what is an EmDrive? It's a new way to convert electrical energy into thrust. This means no propellant is needed to move the object forward. As long as the EmDrive has something to process, the ship can actually create its own momentum. Now, that's super geeky. And you're thinking, well, that's self-propulsion, isn't it? Propulsion? Yeah. Think of it similar to Mr. Fusion on the back of the Back to the Future DeLorean. In this case, you don't have to put banana peels into the system. It just uses whatever's floating around. Just sucks it in and then turns that into fuel. If this technology works, it could send satellites up safely and more easy. It also saves tons of money by getting them up there. Now, some say that this technology will not work, but NASA is super excited to get a test launched. If you think about it, they wouldn't be wasting their time or money if they didn't believe that in some way this would work. If it doesn't work in its original thought, then to do some work on it to actually make it work. They've already tested this out at NASA and through an independent Germany research lab. Now, no launch date has been set as of yet, but once it does, it will test 6 months. They'll have a test for 6 months to see how this satellite functions in space. Not deep space, but space. But think about it. If this happens, we could send satellites going around the atmosphere. We could probably send some satellites out farther. We can send, and it's safer to send stuff up. So we'll be able to send stuff up, more satellites. When a satellite drops, another satellite can go up within 24 hours. And if you send stuff out, maybe we can send some satellites off to Mars and get some bounce back, and then Jupiter, and get ready for the next step in space exploration. And that's pretty cool because it's space. Come on, it's the uncharted area. That's that whole part. You've been to Florida, you might have been to London, but you have never been to Mars, and that could happen soon. So anyway, it's one of the geekiest things that I've heard all day. I'm really excited for this. I'm gonna keep an eye out on this EmDrive. So, and I'll let you know as they progress and they set a launch date and go from there. So anyway, that does it for this episode of Morning Geeks. Thank you very much for watching these last 25 minutes. And of course, we do this every single Friday. We'll be back next Friday with more geekiness, more fun, more everything. So check it out. Go over to facebook.com/Geekazine. like the page so you'll get updated when the next episode of Morning Geeks, episode 20, comes out. And then, of course, youtube.com/geekazine for all of, you can also check it out there. And then geekazine.com or morninggeeks.com. They do have the website, and follow the Twitter handle Morning Geeks as well as Geekazine. So I know that's a lot of stuff to do, but we've got the super secret thing coming very, very soon, which means you'll be part of this show. And I think that's pretty exciting. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out. My name is Jeffrey Powers, and I'm happy to give you this stuff every single week. So you guys take care and have a great weekend. And because it's now, I woke up and it was completely dark, and we know it's time for fall. All the leaves are turning brown. That's as true as can be. So thanks a lot. You guys take care, and have a safe weekend.